What are you hoping to achieve with this trip, Ryan?
I'm hoping to achieve longevity of what the World Cup has brought to Russia. LGBT laws in Russia are nowhere near what we have in the UK. They're actually completely opposite. And I think the fear is that once the World Cup finishes, so will the softness that the police and the government have taken towards the LGBT community.
Yeah.
So my trip, hopefully, is to raise some awareness and try and give some longevity to what the World Cup has brought to Russia.
And you're taking this on, and I know your family and your friends actually aren't that happy with you going, because it really still isn't seen as being a safe place to travel to.
No, there are huge dangers when you go to Russia, and obviously there's been a lot of publications around what you should do safety-wise. So for anybody that is travelling who may be LGBT, all I would say is respect what the guidance is. Don't go out to be a martyr, go out to enjoy the football, and don't put yourself in harm's way. I'm quite lucky. I'm going to go out. I'm hopefully going to go and see a game as well, while also giving an LGBT speech. But I'm quite excited by it, and as long as I abide by what the country laws are, whether I agree with them or not, which I clearly don't, hopefully I'll be okay.
Can we change things, do you think, Ryan? I mean, we spoke last August.
Yeah.
What differences have you seen even in that time?
I think we've seen massive changes in football and the culture. I think the media now are coming on board around LGBT, especially within football itself. Obviously, on Monday, I was at Houses of Parliament with Gareth Thomas around the Football Offences Act of '91, which included anything that was of a racial nature. It's now to try and amend the bill so that it includes any sort of homophobic chanting or gesturing, which I think is a massive leap forward, and it puts a good concrete base for people to build on now, especially within the governing bodies of football.
I can't believe that it's not in place. I think that's what the problem is, but hopefully that will change with yourself and Gareth sort of back in the campaign.
Yeah, 27 years ago, 1991, 27 years ago, and you just think, really, is that the time period it's taken to include something like this in statutory law?
Yeah.
And hopefully it will go through the House of Commons.
Well, we talk about change, and Mexico, since the beginning of the World Cup campaign, have been fined, or their fans have been fined 10 times for chanting homophobic songs, chants. I mean, 10 times? There's not a lesson being learned there at all. So what do we need? Do we need to be firmer when it comes to punishment?
Yeah, I think FIFA need to take a clearer stance. I think when you're getting to the 10th time, I think that doesn't give the message to the population of who support football, watch it, or involved in it. So for me, I think there needs to be tougher sanctions given by FIFA and the governing bodies need to take it more seriously. And at the moment, they're not taking it seriously. And I think that's what needs to be addressed.
On a personal level as well, how has life sort of changed for you now, Ryan, since sort of coming out and really sort of fighting the cause as such?
It's changed dramatically. Once you're in the sort of public eye and people see you as somebody that is speaking on behalf of your community, it can be quite difficult. But at the same time, it's been great to work with so many different charities that have helped me and guided me through this process. Having the opportunity to fly out to Slovenia and talk to their FA around LGBT, which is another country that really doesn't necessarily support LGBT as strongly as we do here in the UK. But also working with people like Stonewall, Pride in Football, Football versus Homophobia, and working with them to highlight the great work that they're doing within the sport. And it's so difficult because we still don't have a player who's identified themselves as LGBT.
Yeah. There's still a boundary there, isn't there? That the sort of freedom of speech doesn't seem to happen for a multitude of reasons, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I mean, there's great causes out there, but we're not actually making any general traction. And I think until you make the sport accepting, then we're not going to see these people being open about who they are. And if you're living a lie, you're not living life. And I feel very sorry for people that have to sort of live in the shadows because they're afraid of who or what they are.
Of course. It's in this day and age, it's scary to think that it has to still happen for so many people. Just very quickly before I let you go, tonight's result from a professional perspective.
2-1 to England.
2-1?
2-1.
I'll take that.
Yeah, I'll take that as well.
2-1 to England. There we go. You heard it here first. OK. Ryan, thanks so much, and good luck in Russia, obviously, as well.